Rain poured across the Navy base like sheets of silver, washing over the concrete runways and glinting off the parked aircraft. Inside the hangar, a group of young sailors were gathered, whispering excitedly. The air smelled of oil, sweat, and something electric, like history about to repeat itself. Then the heavy metal doors creaked open, and a man stepped in, tall, quiet, wearing a worn leather jacket and a faded cap. His name was Jack Turner, a single dad and a retired Marine veteran. His calm eyes scanned the hangar, the kind of eyes that had seen too much and spoken too little. "Who's the new guy?" one of the sailors asked. "Some mechanic they called in for the test flight repairs," another replied. "But the Admiral's coming too. Big day." The Admiral, a man known for his strict demeanor and near-legendary career, was inspecting the new fleet. Everyone stood a little straighter when he entered. His medals caught the light, and his presence alone demanded silence. When his gaze fell on Jack, he paused. There was something about the man, the posture, the stillness, that unspoken weight in his expression. "You," the Admiral said sharply. "You served, didn't you?" Jack gave a simple nod. "Yes, sir." "What was your unit?" "Marine Recon." "And your call sign?" The hangar went dead quiet. The rain outside seemed to stop midair. Jack hesitated for a moment, his jaw tightening. Then, in a low, steady voice, he said, "Ghost 5. The Admiral froze. His face went pale as if he'd seen a ghost, and in a way, he had. The sailors looked around, confused. The Admiral took a slow step forward, his eyes locked on Jack. "Ghost 5, from Kandahar?" His voice trembled ever so slightly. Jack didn't answer. He didn't need to. The name alone carried stories that men try to forget. The Admiral exhaled shakily and turned away for a moment, composing himself. When he faced Jack again, his tone was different, softer, almost reverent. "I thought you were gone," the Admiral said quietly. "Everyone did." Jack looked down, his voice barely above a whisper. "Everyone was." The young sailors exchanged uncertain glances, sensing that whatever was being remembered wasn't meant for ordinary ears. The Admiral cleared his throat, forcing his composure back. "You saved a lot of lives that day," he said finally. "Including mine." The memories came flooding back, the ambush in the desert, the burning vehicles, the deafening roar of gunfire. Ghost 5 and his recon team had stayed behind to cover the evacuation. Only one came out alive. "Jack, I didn't save anyone, sir," Jack said, his tone heavy. "I just tried to bring them home." The Admiral's eyes softened. "And you did. You carried us all back, one way or another." Later, as the rain cleared, Jack walked across the tarmac where the aircraft stood gleaming under the sunlight. His 8-year-old daughter, Emily, came running toward him, her small boots splashing through puddles. She jumped into his arms, giggling. For a moment, the hard edges of war melted away. "Daddy, they said you were a hero," she said, her voice full of pride. Jack smiled faintly. "Heroes are the ones who didn't come back, sweetheart." But Emily didn't understand that kind of sorrow, and that was the beauty of it. She looked at him like he was unbreakable, and that was enough to keep him standing. That afternoon, the Admiral approached him again, this time without the entourage or the stiffness of rank. He handed Jack a folded piece of paper. "It's a commendation," he said. "For your service, and for what you did for me back then." Jack shook his head. "I don't need medals, sir." The Admiral gave a half-smile. "Maybe not. But your daughter should know who her father really is." Jack took the paper, his throat tightening. "Thank you, Admiral." As the sun dipped below the horizon, the two men stood side by side, silent for a long time. The Admiral finally spoke. "I've met many soldiers in my life," he said. "But Ghost 5, you're the kind of man legends are made from." Jack turned to him with a calm, almost weary smile. "Legends are just stories, sir. I'm just trying to be a good dad." That night, back at home, Jack placed the commendation in a small box beside a faded photo of his team, the Ghost unit. His daughter came in carrying 2 cups of hot chocolate. "You miss them, don't you?" she asked softly. "Every day," Jack said. "Then maybe they're the ghosts watching over us," she whispered. He smiled faintly. "Maybe they are, kiddo." As she drifted off to sleep in his arms, the old veteran looked out the window at the moonlight falling across the yard. The world had moved on, but some ghosts never leave. They just learn to live quietly, fixing planes, raising kids, helping others find their way home, and somewhere deep down, Jack Turner, Ghost 5, finally realized something. He didn't survive for the war. He survived for the chance to rebuild, to love, to be the kind of hero his daughter already believed he was. If this story touched your heart, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, because sometimes the quietest heroes carry the loudest stories.